Hi everyone, it's me, Dana. I wanted to share with you a beautiful experience I had this week. On Wednesday, I was doing readings at Self Connection Books, and after I was done work, I was heading home to pick up my daughter, and I had other people coming over that evening for meditation and to practice readings with each other. A few of my psychic medium friends were coming over. When I left the bookstore, I was distracted because I had a lot of things to do and pick up before I got home. I loaded my stuff into the trunk and then I hopped into my car. And my car smelled like someone had been sitting in there smoking. And I thought, who's been smoking in my car? And the person who popped into my head was my grandmother. My grandmother passed away a while back, and I had been wondering if she had been hanging around. So that's why I think she popped into my head. Later that evening, when my friends were over, one of the ladies I noticed was looking around the room quite distracted. So I asked her, who else is here? Because she can see spirits. She said, well, there were two other people sitting on the couch. There was one sitting on the back of the couch behind my daughter, and there was someone in the kitchen looking for things. I laughed. I said, there's not much in there. And a few minutes later, she said, oh, do you smell that? I said, what? She goes, oh, cinnamon. It's like somebody's baking cinnamon buns. Well, my grandmother was well known for baking really great cinnamon buns. I shared this with my mother yesterday while we were having coffee, and she said to me earlier this week she had gone through a box of photos that she had been putting off going through because the mice had gotten in there and chewed up a bunch of stuff and made a big mess, and she wasn't looking forward to cleaning that. But as she did, she found a photo that she had been looking for over a year. It was a photo of her and my grandmother. So she took it out and she framed it. I told my mom that Grandma is here and she can hear you and she is hanging around. And I shared with her what happened with me on Wednesday. I also realized that earlier this week I found my pin that I had been missing for quite some time, and it was a pin that I had bought for myself of an owl. And my grandmother's favorite bird was an owl. And I found that pin this week. As we further talked, we realized that the events when I smelt the cigarette smoke in the car and the cinnamon buns smell coming from the kitchen all happened on Wednesday, March 7th. And Wednesday, March 7th would have been my grandmother's birthday. Coincidence? Synchronicity? Messages from Spirit. I asked my grandmother last night if I could have a sign that it really was her and that I could really reassure my mom that she is here and she is listening and she's still very much connected with us. And before I crawled into bed, I found a penny on my pillow. Those were my experiences this week in connecting with my grandmother, and I wanted to share those with you so that you know how to look or pay attention to the subtle clues that sometimes the spirit world will give to us when they want us to know that they are here and they're still very much close and still very connected to the loved ones that they left behind. That's all for me today. I hope you enjoyed this. Thanks.